Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Cutting out the muffins this morning, I thought, so, what we're doing my floor plan. I pulled something up, so bear with me. I'm working my current presentation on YouTube about eggshells. Right? Who here has ever stepped on an eggshell before? Yeah, how's that feeling? Not that great, right? Yeah, kind of a little bit painful. Today I want to talk about eggshells in a relationship. What does kind of define what that term means? Anybody ever heard of that term? Like, oh man, I had to walk on eggshells the whole interview. Or, oh geez, I was just walking on eggshells on my date. I didn't know what to do. It's awkward. Right? We're going to define what eggshells are. I want to talk about how the impacts that they have on relationships and how we can work towards removing some of those eggshells to experience deeper connections with those in our lives that we love. What's an eggshell? Essentially, eggshells are a tension point in a relationship that cause a feeling of being judged, criticized, or just, that argument, that conflict, right? Some examples of an eggshell would be being in a public place and your partner drops you criticism casually. Perhaps at a party when your spouse and you are in a fight on the way and they're just cold, distant the entire time, super awkward. Anybody ever had that experience with a friend and you're like, what's this problem? Oh, don't go there. Feeling judged or criticized, as I mentioned earlier. Sharing a dream or a goal with your partner or friend, and instead of them supporting you on that and going, man, that's great, you want to change your career after 40 years? Do it. Go for it, girl. Instead of doing that, they go, you would never do that. Well, you wanted to change that all the time. You're always going up and down. Okay, that's an eggshell. Eggshells are those uncomfortable places in your relationship where we, instead of addressing it head on, we go, not going to talk about that anymore. And now it becomes a list of topics we don't discuss with that person. We get criticized for chores. Don't talk about chores. We put a dream or a goal out there and they criticize us. Don't talk about aspirations. We have a little snafu with parenting and our approaches. Don't talk about parenting. And pretty soon, there's eggshells all over the room with that person. So when you come in, you just kind of stand like this, and you have nothing to talk about but what's on TV and the weather and the news. Very superficial intimacy, I call it. So what are the impacts of this? You can't be yourself with this person. You can't be vulnerable with this person. You can't be emotionally vulnerable and intimate. I can't share my dreams, my goals. I can't share with you when I messed up because you're going to make fun of me for messing up in the past. So I'm not going to share with you what happened. I can't grow with this person. And a lot of times in relationships with significant others, if we can't be emotionally vulnerable with them, the physical vulnerability dissipates over time. Over time, it just becomes a roommate dynamic. So that's the negative effects of an eggshell. Let's talk about how we can remove them. First of all, I see it as cleaning up the mess on your side of the fence, getting your side nice and clean and organized, sweeping the eggshells, throwing them in the trash. Then we go to our partner's side of the fence and knock on the door and approach with care, right? So cleaning up your side of the fence. I want you to think about in your relationship, where do I make it not okay for my partner to open up to me? Where in our relationship do I judge or criticize them? Where do they struggle with feeling safe to share those intimate parts of my life, of their life with me? Go to your partner and ask them, hey, is there any touchy topics that you feel that you can't fully share with me? Have a discussion about that. Not out of a place of, well, you need to toughen up, huh, buttercup, right? But more about, okay, all right, so talking about your mom, got it. That's okay. All right. Hey, how can I support you and fully opening up to me? I want to have that emotional connection with you. Once you clean up your side of the street first, then you can walk next door and ask your partner. I feel like this topic is a struggle for us to connect on. Help me move past that resistance. Chances are they have that same feeling. If you walk on an eggshell around parenting or managing your money, chances are they have that same dynamic, and that's why they don't want to go in that corner over there because there's eggshells in the budgeting room. So sharing that out of a place of genuineness is the first step, creating an awareness and sharing that, not out of a place of blaming or criticizing. What do you mean I don't make it safe for you to open up? But out of a place of curiosity. Ooh, I'm sorry for making those comments. Yeah, my apologies. What can we do to make it safe to open up to one another? I want you to be able to share anything and everything with me. So as I wrap up today, I want you to take that moment, contemplate your relationships, both with your significant other, with that family member, with the grandma, with the friend at work. Become aware when you sense others around you shutting down. You start asking them, what is it that makes it safe, that makes it unsafe from you opening up to me? And remove those eggshells to experience that deeper connection with those you love.